Okay, this is the Orderflows market review for Wednesday, June 8, 2016. My name is Michael Valtos. I'm the founder of Orderflows.com. First, a brief disclaimer. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or make any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so I want to talk about the trade that I took this morning, and there's a trade I didn't take. I mean, it worked out, but I'll talk about the trade that I took first. This trade, it happened about 10 minutes after the cash opened. And before coming into the cash open, right, S&Ps had been in a very tight range. Our low had been 6.5, our high had been 15. So it's not even a 10-point range. And cash opened around this 13 level, somewhere around there. I can't remember the exact opening print for the cash open. And we started trading. We didn't really move anywhere. We just sort of traded in a 2-point range. Then as we started getting a few minutes out of the cash open, you start seeing some strong aggressive buying. At the high, you see 656 buying imbalance, 3431, 3,500 buying imbalance. Right at as we're breaking out of the highs. 2118 was yesterday's high. But it was interesting, when you're coming into highs and you're taking them out, you want to see aggressive buying. And then even in the next bar, you see another big buying imbalance, 3,339. You talk about stacked imbalances, and that's going to be when you have 3 buying imbalances or selling imbalances on top of each other. Here you have 2, but in the next bar you have 1. This is technically a stacked buying imbalance. Even though the imbalance occurs in the next bar, oftentimes you'll see like the top 2 bars, the top 2 price levels of one bar, and the next, the bottom of the next bar will give you the imbalance. It's interesting though, these imbalances occurred in the middle, but then just on the other side, in the next bar, sort of in the middle, also you got another big strong buying imbalance. I mean, these are massive. This is a 5-range S&P chart, 3,000 buying imbalances. It's telling me, there's really aggressive buying. I got long at 15 3/4, and I threw an offer in, 2 points. This is a 5-range, so I'm looking for about 2 to 3 points. But as we're going up, I know that we're running into volume here, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. So, I got to eat through that. Even getting up here, when we got to 17 1/4, 17 1/2, there was very good size. You see 3,000, 5,000. I felt trying to get 3 points out of it at 18 3/4 is going to be extremely difficult, just because, as you're getting up to each level, you're getting more size. 2,000, strong size. I mean, yeah, we're getting through it, but I prefer the path of least resistance, in the sense that I don't like to see. I like the move to happen pretty quick. I don't like this have to eat through very good size. And as you're getting up, at the highs of the day, or we're almost at contract highs, lifetime highs, you're going to see volume on the offer. You're going to see people selling up there. Yes, and normally I'm not a big proponent of buying the highs, buying breakouts, but you have to sometimes when if you're expecting a bigger move. So I was able to get 2 points out of it. I got out at 17 3/4. Honestly, I thought of getting out at 17 1/2. I kept my offer in there. Again, the thing to take away from this is you got these big buying imbalances which are supporting the market. But, if you're saying, hey, we're on a move up, look at the points of controls. Are they acting as support? You see here, this point of control in this bar. Yeah, we came down. We got through it by a point. Here, the point of control is here at 15 1/2. We got down within 2. Here, this bar, right, where my take profit was, where did we come down to? We came right back down to that point of control. So then the markets, we finally got through. We poked a little bit higher. Did it get up to 18 3/4? Honestly, I probably wouldn't have gotten out there. So, I'm not going to say, yeah, I should have held on for 3 points, because realistically, I probably wouldn't have been able to get filled up there. and then the market started coming down. Now, I was kind of interested in this short here. This was a divergence. You can see it here. Sometimes, if you have your screen, open up, hey, I don't see any divergence. It's not working. Well, you got to. It's displaced. It's not going to be right on the top. It's 5. Displacement of 5 is where it's placed on the chart. So, if you have your chart open and it's like this, yeah, you're not going to see it. Scrunch it in a bit so you can see everything. Sometimes people, send me emails, say, oh, yeah, your indicators aren't working. I'm not getting divergence signals. Well, just pull it in a little bit. See everything. Don't need to maximize it out like that. Like, oh, that's the high. You want to see if there's anything above. But so anyway, I wanted to get short off of this because you have this divergence. You got the big sell in the bounce. You got the point of control right up at the high. You have the ratio in the next bar, but it's already 9:10, right? And you got the petroleum numbers, the inventory numbers coming out at 9:30. And each bar is taking about 10 minutes. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna have to sit there through the release of the number. In this case, though, so I didn't take the short. In this case, it did work out, and it worked out pretty quick. But it was one of those I didn't take just because based on what I saw earlier, I thought I would be sort of if this market sort of went sideways, for a bar or two, I could be sitting right here, right at my entry point, right ahead of the number. Okay, so it wasn't the greatest decision, but I mean, that's how I think, and that's a trade I didn't take. The market came off pretty quick. It traded down from the 16 and a half level down to 12 before going back up. Then the number came out. Market didn't, threw a big nothing burger out there, and then just sort of traded sideways. I kind of expected not much activity to be happening today, just based on the earlier. Well, this was the price rejector, gave a signal here, but yeah, you could say it worked out, but the market is just going sideways the entire day. We did come up here and make a new high, later in the day by a couple ticks. What is that? 19 3/4 before closing. But the other chart I wanted to show you was the 10 range chart. Okay, so this is the 10 range S&P chart, and at the high you have a divergence. You got the price rejector kicking off. But what's really important to me is this bar. You got very strong negative delta, 4,000. Then you follow up with a bar, 6,000 negative delta. It didn't sell off, as much. I thought we'd get below this opening price. I thought we'd get below 10, which would give me about 4 or 5 points out of the trade. I didn't take the trade. I said I felt today was going to be a bit quiet. I felt the day was going to end up being rangy. I thought we were going to trade more around this, 10 area. We sort of came off a bit, came back down to 11. These go to 11 if you're a Spinal Tap fan. But normally to me, this is a sign of, lights out. This is going to be the high of the day. But, all we did is just go sideways, for the next hour or so. Again, we sold off, came back up, sold off again. You see the more negative delta is 5,000, 5,000. Then you see the buying come in, 4,000, 4,000, but then again, bam, another 4,000. We did later go up and make the highs. Honestly, I felt this was going to be the high of the day. And, it wasn't. We took out the high by a point. And right now during Asian session, we're trading back down to 14. So it's a bit quiet again, quieted down. Again, you had the price rejector kicking off there. I said I'm not the one that's going to hold it over sessions. But this one, I really felt we were going to get a bigger move. We got a bit of a move. If you're getting short somewhere around 14, yeah, you could have held it, taken 2 ticks of 2 points of heat. Then when it gets down here, you're thinking, hey, it's really going to go. So I mean, it's something. Honestly, would have been if I took the trade, probably would have been, not much out of it. Maybe even worst case, probably break even. Best case, 2 points, 3 points. But normally when you see this, on a day, I said today had a very tight range overall, and on a day where you're getting a lot of movement, when you're seeing 2 par set up like this, massive delta, you got divergence, you got ratio. Usually it's lights out. This is the high of the day. Then you'll over the next few hours you'll be trading 10 points lower. But today it didn't happen. It just sort of went sideways on you. But anyway, those were, I said, that's the trade that I took was on the 5 range. It was a trade I didn't take in the 5 range. This one I was interested in, but obviously I just didn't feel I was going to get much out of it. I didn't feel the day was going to really move very much, and honestly it didn't. Yeah, later in the day we came up, made a new high, but still, it's kind of a weak, honestly a weak high. But there really wasn't a whole lot behind it. But we'll see if that high is going to hold going into Thursday or not. Usually when you get these tight range days, it expanded a bit, so it's like, what was it, 13-point range today or something. Over the next couple of days, you're going to get a decent move. So I'm always anticipating days when you get big moves, because days, if you could sort of anticipate a day coming up where you're going to have a big move, either up or down. Right now I don't know if it's going to be up or down. I got to wait to see what's going to happen with the price action. But those are the days that you're going to get very good trading opportunities. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. To learn more about trading with order flow and the software I created and I'm using in this video to analyze the market, be sure to visit my website, www.orderflows.com. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll be alerted when I post new videos. So thank you, and goodbye.